So the dollar bill, the triangle scheme, the pyramid scheme, see that pyramid scheme? We don't have a pyramid scheme in the United States that works for the individual civil citizen. We don't have a one safe trade, transit insurance, commerce, sales tax, appropriation, accountability, infrastructure, prepaid, dividend bearing investment system for our retirement. We have a cooperation to gain retirement goal off of passing this around. Well, I have learned to do without any of this. I'm not allowed to have any of this. You're not allowed to really own anything, neither your time nor your hobbies or your occupations. You're not allowed to own any of that because if your hobbies and occupations just involve, making mechanical devices and centrifugal devices and grandfather clock devices to get you totally off the grid, we can't afford for you to invest that kind of time solely on your own intellect away from the establishment, and we can't condone you to have any cash. So anyhow, what I want is a representative system that is more here to real representation of the modern times. We all are capable of attending a town hall, podcast, live phone, a town hall meeting with each representative. Each and every representative can do their very own in their district, and for whomever wants to uh, talk about. I mean, you might have to have a group of local. I don't think you should have it hidden from other people around the world, but you might have innovative ideas to change the fabric and the structure of society to make it more cohesive, fluid for global commerce. As it is set up right now, United States citizens, global commerce is on the backs of the residents' homes. Did you know that? Because we pay property taxes for all these people to cruise through our area, which seems to be a little trough of a sort, destroy our roads just looking at the scenery. Yeah, they do that. Run off the road while they're looking at the scenery and use our first responders. But the residents that don't even want to leave their home have to go out and get money unless they are fortunate enough to have 100,000 acres of woods to cycle through or something. I've been blessed lately, but I lived 15 years out of a backpack with nothing. So let's get real. I'm real with it. I know the struggle. I'm still part of the struggle. I don't have to do this. I could shut up, keep my nose down, and be like, oh, well. But if it was up to the system from 0 to 100, you ain't going to do it without the generational wealth. But see, that generational wealth, that conversation is gone because everybody seems to think that that's a racist thing and they adhere that to their personal plight against the other races. So that's all gone. Especially all gone. Gone. Equality's here. Everybody has to just take it. Now we'll stop and get on to the town hall meeting thing. That's the whole reason of this video. Is the town hall meeting. You know how many representatives I've called? Oh, Virginia Fox, maybe. Everybody should have their representative compelled to hold a town hall podcast once what do you call it? Once a month, once a week, once a week. I believe I'd do it once a week. What'd you do today? What'd you do this week, Miss Representative? At least once a month, because I can see a week not being a long conversation. Well, we're still mitigating that one. But then on the other hand, if you have all that information up on a board where the citizens have notes of interest on what topics, they could put a header up. Today we're going to discuss the intersection of 194, Bamboo and Wilson's Ridge. If we put in a four-way stop at that intersection, and then we go over the hill to Deerfield and Wilson's Ridge and put a four-way stop there, yes, we'll have to straighten that one curve and put a four-way stop there. We have done the equivalent of a four-lane bypass. But the big trucks and the big curve. What did I just say about the curves? Two curves and you got you a bypass that's still feasible to the neighborhood. Like it ought to be, not over top of the neighborhood, like you want it. The beltway don't have to be every inch of the United States. Because in just a minute, you're going to want to build a four-lane over to Mountain City, Tennessee. Well, guess what? All you have to do is double the width of the road. You know what you don't have to do? Carve out the whole side of the mountain. Yeah, that's what you don't have to do. You know what you have to do in the middle of Boone? Well, you could make it a one-way street coming down the hill. Yes, down the hill, so a cheap ride can ride down the hill. And then you get double your parking, double the sales tax money coming in that pays your salaries instead of the property tax. Cha-ching. It's not that hard. It's not that obscure. And if I'm not part of the conversation while I'm here, trust me, I'm on the phone to every representative with that. They've blocked me off their social media because I demand a town hall meeting. They do. All right. I need segment.